Hey everyone, and welcome back to Investing Talk Podcast. Today we're going to be talking about something a lot of you have been asking about. Sagimet Biosciences, ticker symbol SGMT. Is it a stock worth considering? That's what we're going to be diving into today. Shares right now, they're hovering around $4.39, a little bit down from where they closed yesterday, but there's a lot of buzz around this company. Some analysts are saying it could really take off in value. So we're going to unpack all that, look at the potential, and explore why Oppenheimer analyst Jay Olson set such a bold price target for SGMT. Okay, so you might have noticed SGMT's had, kind of a roller coaster ride this past year, the 52-week range, from a high of $20.71 all the way down to $2.39. I mean, that's a lot of volatility.
Yeah.
Can make anyone's head spin. So what's behind these huge price swings?
Well, the main thing you got to understand is that Sagimet Biosciences is what's called a clinical stage biopharmaceutical company, which basically means they're not selling a product yet. They're focused on developing a new drug. It's called Denifanstat. And they think it could be a real game changer in how we treat metabolic diseases. But potential is the key word here. Developing new drugs, I mean, it's risky. It needs a ton of investment in research and clinical trials. No guarantee it's going to work out. But if it does, if Denifanstat proves effective, the rewards, they could be huge. So that's why we're seeing these big price swings.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Mhm.
So let's talk about this drug, this Denifanstat. It works by inhibiting something called fatty acid synthase, FASN. So I know we've got a lot of really smart investors listening. But could you break down what FASN is, in a way anyone can understand, and why is blocking it such a big deal in the pharmaceutical world?
Sure, think of FASN like it's a little factory inside our bodies, making fatty acids, which are, these essential building blocks. They help store energy, they're part of cell structure, they do a lot of things. But with certain diseases like obesity, fatty liver disease, NASH, even some types of cancer, this factory, it goes into overdrive, starts making way too many fatty acids, and all that excess, well, it can mess things up. Denifanstat, it's like a smart switch. Turns down FASN's activity when things get out of control, brings things back into balance, stops those metabolic conditions from developing.
That's a great way to explain it. So if Denifanstat works the way it should, we're talking about addressing some really big health problems, right?
Yeah.
How big could the market for a drug like this actually be?
Yeah, you're totally right. The market could be enormous. I mean, obesity alone affects millions of people all over the world. And NASH, it's a growing problem. Not many good treatment options right now. Then you add in the other potential uses, acne, certain brain cancers, and other metabolic disorders, and you can really start to see how big this could be. And, big companies like Novo Nordisk and Eli Lilly, they're putting a lot of money into similar treatments. That shows you something.
Wow. Pretty impressive. And we can't ignore that. Oppenheimer analyst Jay Olson, he's made a pretty bold prediction. He's got a buy rating on SGMT.
With a $30 price target, that's, well, let's just say pretty optimistic. What's making him so bullish? Olson's using a method called sum of the parts valuation, SOTP for short. It's like looking at each piece of a puzzle separately, before putting them all together. He's estimated what Denifanstat could be worth, based on how successful it is in each area it's being tested for. For example, just for treating NASH, he's saying $18 per share if it gets through phase 2 and 3 trials successfully, another $2 per share for later stage NASH treatment, and so on for every potential use. This way, investors can see exactly what's driving his valuation.
Interesting. Looking at it from different angles.
Yeah.
And Olson thinks Denifanstat could work both as a standalone treatment and in combination with other drugs. Why is that so important?
That's a really good question. Many chronic diseases, especially metabolic disorders, they're complex. You need to attack them from different directions. So if Denifanstat is safe and effective when you combine it with other medications, it could be used for so much more, like having a really versatile tool. Can address the problem in different ways, makes it more valuable to doctors and patients.
Right. So we've got a drug that could be revolutionary, a huge market just waiting for something new. And a respected analyst who's making some big predictions. I know you can't give financial advice, but from what we've talked about so far, is SGMT something our listeners should seriously consider?
Here's the thing. Sagimet Biosciences, they're still reporting losses, which isn't unusual for biotech companies at this stage, especially when they're putting so much money into R&D. But it's something to think about. Investing in biotech, especially in a company like SGMT, it's risky. It's not for someone who wants a quick return. You have to really weigh the potential gains against the risks.
So high risk, high reward, classic biotech. We'll keep talking about Sagimet Biosciences in the next part of the show. But for now, what are some warning signs investors should watch out for with companies like this?
Well, one of the biggest risks with any clinical stage biotech company is that their drug just doesn't work the way they hoped. clinical trials. They can be unpredictable. There's no guarantee of success.
Yeah. And even if Denifanstat does work well, there are still other things to overcome, right? Like getting FDA approval and dealing with all the competition.
Exactly. Getting a drug approved by the FDA is a long and tough process. They could still reject it, even if the data looks good. And like we said earlier, the pharmaceutical industry, it's super competitive, especially in areas like metabolic diseases. So if it's Denifanstat, with more money and resources, develops a similar drug, it could be hard for Sagimet Biosciences to do well, even if they get FDA approval.
So investors need to think about a lot of things, not just the science and the financials, but the whole competitive landscape, kind of like a chess game, trying to figure out what the other players are going to do and how that's going to affect Sagimet's future.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. You got to see the whole board and not just one piece. That's why it's so important to do your research and stay up to date on what's happening in the industry.
Absolutely. Informed investors are empowered investors. Yeah. Okay, so we've covered a lot about Sagimet Biosciences, the potential of Denifanstat, the risks involved, the competition, and how important research is before you invest. So, what are some of the most important questions investors should be asking themselves before they decide whether or not to invest in SGMT?
That's a great question. I think the most important thing is to be honest about your risk tolerance. Biotech investing, it's inherently risky. Are you okay with the possibility of losing money, maybe even all of your investment? This isn't the kind of investment you can just forget about. You need to stay involved and be ready for some ups and downs along the way.
So not for the faint of heart.
Right. It's for people who understand that there could be big long-term gains, but also big risks. Another important question is, do you really believe in the science behind Denifanstat? Have you looked into the research? Do you understand how it works? And have you thought about how big the market for this drug could be? Do you think it could really change things?
So don't just go by what you hear. Even on podcasts like ours, do your own research and decide for yourself.
Exactly. Informed investors are empowered investors.
Right.
And finally, do you have confidence in Sagimet Biosciences as a company? Do you believe in their leadership and their ability to carry out their plan? Do you trust that they're making good decisions?
That's a lot to consider.
It is, but that's how it is with biotech investing. It's complex. It changes all the time. You need to do your homework, be willing to take risks, and stay informed.
Well said. It's not about following the crowd or trying to make a quick profit. It's about understanding the science, the market, and the company before you decide to invest. And remember, we're here to help you, to give you the information you need to make smart decisions in this complicated world. Welcome back to Investing Talk Podcast. We're still talking about Sagimet Biosciences, that clinical stage biopharmaceutical company and their drug Denifanstat, which has the potential to be really big. Now, before we went away, we were talking about the potential for Denifanstat to be really successful, but also about the risks that come with any biotech investment. So let's talk about the money side of things. We know that Sagimet's been reporting losses, which is pretty normal for companies at this stage. But what's causing those losses, and should investors be worried?
Yeah, you're right. Seeing those losses on paper can make you nervous. But it's really important to look at the bigger picture. For companies like Sagimet, most of those losses come from research and development costs. Developing a new drug, the whole process from the first research all the way to clinical trials, it's incredibly expensive and takes a long time.
So they're not losing money because they're doing things wrong or being inefficient. It's more like these are just necessary costs to keep their innovation going.
Right. It's the price you pay to be at the forefront of medicine. But it does make you wonder, how long can they keep spending like this? Do they have enough money to finish these trials, or are they going to need more funding?
Yeah, that's the big question, isn't it? What does their financial situation look like right now, and what could that mean for investors?
Well, just like most biotech companies at this stage, Sagimet only has a certain amount of cash on hand. They've been raising money by offering more stock, which can be good and bad. It gives them the money they need to continue their research, but it also makes each share worth a little less, which could affect the stock price.
So it's not just about how promising Denifanstat is, but also about how long Sagimet can keep going financially and if they can stay afloat until the drug is actually on the market.
Exactly. It's this whole mix of science, money, and what's happening in the market. Investors should think about things like, how long will their cash last? Are they going to have to raise more money soon? And how will that affect the price of their stock?
It makes things even more complicated. Investing in biotech, it's not for people who just want to sit back and watch. You have to pay attention and really understand both the scientific breakthroughs and the financial realities.
Absolutely. Things can change really fast in this field. And, apart from the money stuff, there are other things investors should keep an eye on, too. Like, how are Denifanstat's clinical trials going, especially the ones focused on Enosh? That's considered a really important target for the drug. If they get good results from these trials, it could make investors feel a lot more confident, and the stock price could go up.
Yeah, for sure. Those trials are like the test. They'll show whether Denifanstat can actually do what they say it can. What about those other potential uses we talked about, like obesity, acne, and some types of brain cancer? Are those still in the early stages of development?
Yeah, those are mostly still in the early stages. They're part of what we call the company's pipeline, basically. It's a bunch of potential products that are all at different stages of research and testing. Having a strong pipeline is a good thing for any biotech company. It means they're not just betting everything on one product and that they're looking at different ways to grow.
So even if Denifanstat has some problems in one area, they've got other things going on, other ways to be successful. And that's something long-term investors would really like. They understand that developing biotech takes time.
Right. It shows they're not just putting all their eggs in one basket. And it shows they're thinking strategically about the future. But while having a strong pipeline is good, it's important to remember that each of those potential uses will have its own challenges, and they'll all need more research and clinical trials. And that means more investment and more risk.
Yeah, it's a good reminder that success in biotech doesn't happen overnight. There are always hurdles along the way. Speaking of risks, we've talked about the financial side and the challenges of clinical trials. Are there any other warning signs investors should know about when they're thinking about a company like Sagimet?
Competition is a big factor in the pharmaceutical industry. Sagimet's doing a lot of work with Denifanstat, but they're not the only ones. We talked before about how big pharmaceutical companies are also developing treatments for metabolic diseases. These big companies have a lot more money and experience dealing with regulations. They've also got really strong marketing and distribution networks. So if one of these big companies makes a similar drug, it might be hard for Sagimet to be successful, even if Denifanstat works well.
So investors can't just focus on the science and the money. They also need to think about the competition. It's like trying to stay ahead in a chess game. You have to think about what your opponents are going to do and how that could affect Sagimet's success.
Yeah, that's a good way to think about it. It's not just about one piece. You have to look at the whole board. And that's why doing your research and staying up to date on the industry is so important for biotech investors.
For sure. Informed investors are the ones who are really in control. They can make better decisions because they understand what's going on. All right, we've talked about a lot of things that could affect Sagimet's future. So let's give our listeners some practical advice. What are some questions they should ask themselves before they decide whether to invest in SGMT?
That's a really important question. I think the first and maybe the most important thing is to be honest with yourself about how much risk you're willing to take. Biotech investing is risky. We've talked about that. Are you okay with the chance of losing money, maybe even all of your investment? This isn't something you can just invest in and forget about. You have to stay involved and be ready for the ups and downs.
So this isn't for people who are just looking to make a quick profit or who get scared easily when the market changes.
Right. It's for people who understand that there could be big rewards in the long run, but who also understand that there are risks. Another important question to ask is, do you believe in the science behind Denifanstat? Have you done your research? Do you understand how it works? And have you thought about how big the market for this drug could be? Do you think it could really make a difference?
Don't just believe the hype or what you hear on podcasts like ours. Dig a little deeper, look into the research, and form your own opinions.
Exactly. Informed investors are empowered investors. And one last thing. Do you have confidence in Sagimet Biosciences as a company? Do you trust their leadership and their ability to make their plan work? Do you think they're making smart decisions about their finances and their strategy?
Wow, that's a lot to think about.
It is, but that's just how it is when you're investing in biotech. It's complicated and things change all the time. You have to do your research, be willing to take some risks, and stay informed.
Well said. It's not about following the crowd or trying to get rich quickly. It's about understanding the science, the market, and the company before you decide to invest. And remember, we're here to help you. We want to give you the information you need to make good decisions in this complex world. Welcome back to Investing Talk Podcast. We spent this episode taking a deep look at Sagimet Biosciences and their drug Denifanstat. We've talked about the promising science, but also the financial realities of this biotech company. Let's recap everything we've discussed and see if we can provide some insights for our listeners who might be thinking about adding SGMT to their portfolios.
Yeah, it's been a really interesting journey looking at Sagimet Biosciences. We started by talking about the science behind Denifanstat. You know how it works to stop that fatty acid synthase, FASN, and how it could be used to treat all sorts of metabolic diseases. We saw that this new approach could be really big in a market where there's a huge need for new treatments, especially for things like obesity and NSH, where there aren't many good options right now.
Right. And remember those bold predictions from Oppenheimer analyst Jay Olson. He thinks SGMT could reach $30 per share if Denifanstat is successful in all the areas it's being tested for. But we also talked about how important it is to not just get caught up in the hype, but to understand the risks involved too.
Yeah, for sure. We looked at Sagimet's financials and saw that they are currently losing money, which is normal for companies like this that are still developing their products. We talked about how quickly they're spending their cash, the possibility of needing more funding, and what that could mean for investors if their shares become less valuable.
And we also talked about how important it is to look at the competition. Sagimet isn't the only company trying to develop treatments for these metabolic diseases. They're going up against some of the biggest pharmaceutical companies out there, and those companies have a lot of resources and experience.
Right. Investors have to ask themselves if Sagimet has what it takes to compete in this space. Do they have the strategy and the money to make it work? And then there's the uncertainty of those clinical trials, right? There's always a chance that Denifanstat won't be as effective as everyone hopes, or that it might run into problems with the FDA.
It's definitely a complicated situation with a lot of things happening at once. That's why we talked about how important it is to really do your research. Investing in biotech is not for people who just want to sit back and watch. It requires you to pay attention, be okay with taking some risks, and stay up to date on what's happening.
Yeah, I totally agree. It's all about understanding the science, the market, how financially healthy the company is, and who they are competing against. It's about weighing the potential rewards against the risks and making decisions that fit your investment goals and how much risk you're willing to take.
Exactly. There's no one right answer when it comes to investing in a company like Sagimet Biosciences. It really depends on each investor's own judgment about the company's potential and how comfortable they are with the risks involved. We hope this conversation has given our listeners the information they need to make those decisions confidently.
For sure. We want to encourage everyone to keep learning about Sagimet Biosciences, look deeper into their research, check their financials, and keep up with what's happening in the world of metabolic disease treatments. Knowing more makes you a stronger investor.
Absolutely. That's what I always say here in Investing Talk podcast. We want to give you the tools to understand the complicated world of investing and make smarter choices. So whether you decide to invest in Sagimet Biosciences or not, we hope that taking this deep dive has given you some valuable knowledge. It maybe even made you a little more curious about this company and the exciting things happening in biotech. Don't forget to subscribe to Investing Talk podcast, share this episode with your friends, and leave us a comment telling us what you think about Sagimet Biosciences. We love hearing from you. Until next time, happy investing.